Good evening from Loki headquarters. Hey, everybody.
Hello there.
Hey, we're still alive, if you can believe it.
Hello, Amanda.
Hey, everybody. We are still alive and kicking. Mike, how are you? Amanda, hello. James, how's everybody doing? Rachel, hello. We want to start off with just saying thanks to everybody for the warm wishes. We appreciate it, but yeah, we're okay. We're alive and kicking.
We'll be talking about that
We'll be
in the
talking
next
about it
hour.
on the 11:30 show and going over some of the craziness because it was a lot of fun. But let's get into some Loki. I mean, this was a cool week this week. Um, it was definitely something else. There was yeah. What did we do last night, Rachel? Hello, Ashley. Um, this week was a little different with Loki. It wasn't as action packed. It was a little bit. Um, show my mom your book. it the video was something else. There's no doubt. After I saw your video about the storm, yeah, and I matter of fact, I just saw your comments and I just replied to them. It was something else. I mean, I actually have pictures that I've got loaded in the next broadcast, which we're going to do at 11:30. Um, and to be honest with you, if we wanted to going off rails tonight, that's okay too, because I appreciate everybody. Haven't seen the episode tonight. Well, let me just tell you this: there's not a lot of spoilers. They developed the characters. Matthew, how are you? We're not going to give away a lot tonight because, quite honestly, there wasn't a lot to the show. It was one of the slower shows. There's not a whole lot in there. So, as a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about the Loki giveaway in a minute. So we'll kind of get into some of that. Unfortunately, DC and Michelle Dew had an emergency, so they're not with us tonight. But they're okay. Everything's fine. If DC comes in, he may jump in the chat if he even gets here at all. So, um, yeah, it was not the same as the first two episodes by any
No.
stretch of the imagination. We're not going to give away a lot in this one. We're just going to kind of go over certain things that we saw.
I guess I
And
need to fix
you
this in
probably
some
do.
capacity.
Watch your
Oops.
fingers. Um, but yeah, I mean, basically, the long and the short of it is, it was it was a good episode. It was one of those back building episodes where they're kind of implying some things. They were developing the second character, which needed to be done. They started giving away some of who she is, some of what she is. So if you have seen, hello there, James. If you have seen the first two, and the second one, obviously, we thought female Loki came around. They're starting to make some implications in this episode, at least in our opinion, that she may not be a female Loki. Um, and we're going to kind of get into that next week, I think, because the character's going to really develop.
Because there's only 3 episodes left, so.
Yeah. So
Yikes.
they really showed us a lot, but they didn't tell us a lot. There's a lot of implications, but there's not a tremendous amount of, like, the first 2 weeks. It was like, oh, did you see this? Did you see that? There were a couple of things, like obviously Loki singing as Guardian, which was kind of cool.
Asgardian, yes.
As Guardian.
I thought you said as a guardian, not
No,
Asgardian.
as
I'm
Guardian.
sorry.
Or as a Guardian. Take your pick. He smashes the mug like Thor, the coffee cup like Thor does,
It's a champagne
or
glass.
whatever.
And Thor smashed a coffee
Yeah.
cup in the diner in the first Thor.
So there's some references back and forth there, but you're starting to get the impression as to um, who she is, what the character dynamic is, and what the two of them are all about. So she's got the touch almost of like the Tesseract, where Anthony the Molar Man, how are you? She's got the touch kind of like Loki Scepter from the movies, where she can actually take over their minds. It's almost very Wanda-esque in the sense of, we had talked last week about could she be like the Scarlet Witch. I think that they may be pushing in there. Tony, how are you doing? Um, they may be pushing us in the direction. There's a lot of little things that we picked up, like the broken horn. That's a nod to the comics. There were just a lot of things where um, it was more just little Easter eggy things. So it was kind of neat. Anthony, by the way, how's Marco? Um, and basically, the long and the short of it is they were developing the relationship tonight. There's chemistry there. It's a weird chemistry. It's not as good as the Owen Wilson chemistry at all. So the show slowed down a lot. But I liked how they were developing Loki, and they showed more of his powers. He could do more of his magic. They went back and forth a little bit, but she even goes so far as to say, "Don't call me that." And he says, and he makes a comment, and she goes, "No, I don't want to be called a Loki." So she doesn't even know what it means to be a Loki, and there's reasons for that as well. So I've seen a lot of things. Rain this morning, nice this evening. Yeah, I was looking forward to another sunset video down on the beach. But so they're really kind of leaning into the fact that she may not be a variant. She may just have magical powers. She may have the ability to do certain things. She doesn't understand how Loki can do what Loki can do. So there's a lot of really cool things that I saw.
He doesn't understand how she can do what she can do.
Right.
And he keeps calling them enchantments.
Yes.
Like she's an enchantress.
Which is also a nod towards another character.
Yes.
So there's a lot of things that happen. We're not going to totally break everything down tonight simply because, number one, we're missing our cohort in Conspirator in DC. And we really get into some good conspiracy theories. There wasn't a lot there tonight. The show was good. I like developmental things when things happen like that.
He thinks she's family. They're just
I happen to agree with you. And by the way, hello, Jedi.
or not so much family. I mean, or it's like a different timelines because I'm into that, like different universes.
Well, here's what I because I kind of went in the same direction Jedi went with, and the one thing that I was thinking is because keep in mind, he's not really Asgardian.
No, she's got the blonde hair like Thor.
He's a frost giant. So
she looks like Thor. Like
she does have some Thor look to it. You think it's his mother?
It could be.
They're implying so many different things because he even says it at one point about the person that helped teach him was his mother. So I kind of got that family-esque relationship kind of. Especially since the only thing that they actually showed in, the first one was the fact he killed his mother. So, I mean, there could be some of that. Could be his friend. There's a lot of things there's a lot of possibilities as to, who are they, where, like Jen said, in the timeline, in the multiverse, there's a lot of possibilities, but they've given you a couple of breadcrumbs, not a tremendous amount. They have shown you she's tremendously vicious. She's a kill first, ask questions later. So, in that respect, that also mirrors Thor. So, who knows? There's a lot of potential for the directions that they could be heading in as to surprises and things like that. But there was no real TVA, although they have made a huge implication, which we talked about in the first two reviews, that the TVA are just a bunch of liars. They are simply the people who are controlling time. Maybe they want a war. Maybe they are in charge because they took power. But they have the implication is there that they're not on the level. So
Shady.
yeah,
Shady.
there's a lot of things there that show that there's a lot of mind control and or trickery, and the fact that they're variants, and there's a lot to it. And there's no way in 3 shows they're going to unravel this. And yes, it's been implied that it's leading up to another Avengers movie, which is fine, but that's only 2 hours. Apparently, she's not the real Lady Loki because. See, and that's kind of what we were going down towards too.
Because there's like Sylvie the Enchantress or something.
Yeah.
So, and she was saying about how she controls them through taking memories of theirs, kind of similar to like what Wanda did. Wanda controlled things with memories of hers, memories of watching old TV shows in the past.
Well, you're looking up in the
I'm
sky.
sorry.
So
I'm looking in the sky.
What's up there? Yeah,
I was enchanting.
We we happen to agree. I don't think that she's Lady Loki. I think that there's definitely more to it. Seeing what we watched tonight, it was kind of neat where how they were interacting, and even using their magic together was kind of cool. So it was like when they were trying to get on the train and things like that. There was just a lot of neat stuff. I need to go back and watch it for a third time because I had a real hard time with the ending. Of course, I understood what happened, but
Just kind of ended.
it just boom, show was over.
It was a short it was very short.
That's how it felt because it was like all of a sudden you were at the end of the show. When I see them on the train, I was thinking Loki needs to stand up by the castle. Yeah, I mean, it was just, and I don't know if everybody else felt this way, but it was just like it just slowed down, and it was like there was almost like the climax was in the beginning, and then they slowed the show down, they pulled it in, and then when the action started at the end of the movie or at the end of the show, it really felt like obviously they're leading us somewhere. I mean, that kind of goes without saying, right? But there was more of a lead up, like, okay, the show was a bridge to the next one. We had to introduce the character in the second show. The third one was a bridge show. It's going to take us into the fourth one, where something epic, in my opinion, has to happen. I mean, you just had 2 planets collide. So at that point, what are they going to do? How are they going to go about doing it? There's just some dynamic points that I think will lead into next one. I'm really looking forward to next week because
Owen Wilson's back.
I honestly hope that they bring Owen Wilson back into the mix pretty quickly because
I think the 9-year-old was bored with it today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bella's review was, I didn't like it. So.
She's not the best color person in the business.
I can get you a beverage.
Thank you.
Most
I'm already dry. So basically the long and the short is, I mean, it was a good show. There just wasn't a lot of meat on the bone. There are some things. I mean, you could really just write out some theories, but I don't know how close they are. The more they're developing the character, the more I agree with Matthew that it's, where they're going in relationship to the comic. They're trying to stay, even the Easter eggs are true to the comic. So I think that they're going down that road a little bit more. Welcome everybody who just joined us. Let's see.
Nice.
It's Kang.
Yes, that's what, and they're saying
Hello,
that one of the timekeepers is resemblance of Kang.
Well, and I also looked at when you see one of the stone statues, I actually made the comment, one of them looked like Thanos. So, and it's not a great resemblance. It's just a resemblance. There's a lot to unfold. So, and when we do things like this, it's a lot of fun because we get to just be conspiratorial and just go off. But tonight's episode, like I said, it was more like, well, what do you think the relationship is? Because that's really where they are with this. It's to develop those two, what are they going to do moving forward? Because obviously the TVA is going to have to apprehend both of them now. Um, Loki's back to using magic. He's back to doing his thing, and you're starting to see Loki from the first Avengers come out, where you can even see the face when he pulls the knives out and how fast he is, and
That's also in the Thor movies. He does
yeah,
that
he's
too, and
really
flips them around.
yeah, he's very quick. He's very fast about it.
And then when he goes behind her, it's like when he kills Phil Coulson in the first Avengers. And when I saw that, I'm like, because we just rewatched the first Avengers, and I realized how much I really like that movie, as opposed to, we won't get into the rest of them. The second one. But
I've always said Age of Ultron drags.
yes.
But the truth is that there's not a lot to unbox tonight. So I'm always one of the things that we love to do, and you guys know this, is we want that back and forth. I want you guys to give me your theories. I want you guys to tell us what you think. For those of you who did see it, the other question we're going to pose to you tonight is, since it comes out on Wednesday, should we be doing the show on Wednesday of the review, or do you guys want to do this on Saturday? We could do this before we go on late Saturday night. And this way it gives everybody a couple of days to actually see the show, review a couple of things, and come to the table with a little bit more, substance. But drop a comment in the chat. Tell us what you think, whether or not Wednesday is better because it's fresh, it's new, we're excited, we want to talk about it, or is Saturday better so it gives everybody a couple of days. I've noticed that when I look at the stats both on Instagram and on YouTube, they are a lot lower.
Well, I have people in the West Coast that don't watch it till like the evening
Exactly
with their
right.
kids, and they're saying, "Well, I can't watch your show live," and then they forget about it.
So we want your opinion because we do this for you guys. Jen and I have already had the conversation probably 3 times about what the show was, and so that this way, when we were coming on, it was kind of like we were just bringing up the points that we've kind of already talked about. And again, like when we started talking about it, there just wasn't a ton to unbox. So, but let us know what you think, whether or not Wednesday or Saturdays are better, so that this way we can bring it to you the way that you guys want to. Sorry, someone called me and I missed what we were talking about.
That's okay.
I'm missing what I'm talking about too. Don't worry about it. No, it was basically what I just said to everybody was, whether or not Wednesday night, because Loki comes out on Wednesday, isn't enough time for us to be doing a live review of it, or should we be doing this on Saturday night when everyone's had a couple of days? Is it like, because it's fresh, it's new, we want to talk about it tonight, or do we want to wait a couple of days, let everybody actually be able to watch it so we can talk about it? And that would be one of the things that I would definitely be interested in, as to.
There was a comment I missed it because I'm having issues.
Hang on, let me see what's what. Yeah, it seems shorter than last week. I happen to agree with you, and I'm going to pick on the TVA for a minute because I nicknamed them the Variant Avengers, because at the end of it, I think it is going to lead to another movie. And, so what we're seeing tonight is, yeah, like I said, it's a bridge episode. It reminded me more of music than it did of a show. And for those of you who play music, do music, whatever, that bridge is just to kind of get you from one to the other. And that's what this felt like tonight. It just felt like they had started a story where Loki's, it's the beginning of the Avengers movie, or the end of the Avengers movie, excuse me. And next thing you know, he's off on, he gets captured by TVA. They developed the TVA beautifully. Then all of a sudden, Loki's at the end of the last episode, he's taking off. And I think that this is just another, hey, we got to tell you what's going on. Saturday works better for Ashley, Jaquetta as well. I think more time because they're
studio.
Saturday. Yeah, okay. So what we're probably going to do is this will be the last one we do on Wednesday. So next Saturday, and we'll probably review it again this Saturday at the beginning of Saturday's show, and then next Saturday, what we'll do is we'll start the Loki show next Saturday. So just so that you guys know, programming change. Yeah, so let's see. I learned from the first episode. Make sure I watch it. Yeah, so definitely we'll make that switch. I mean, enough of you have said that. I kind of felt that way about it too. So that's a big thing. So one of the things that we're going to kind of go over right now is we have a new giveaway. I figure we may as well just jump into the giveaway, um, because again, we could beat this dead horse from now until Kingdom Come, until we get to next Wednesday's show. There's so much up in the air, and there were only little Easter eggs to kind of go over with everything. So, um, obviously, we love doing our giveaways. This is the next one that's coming up. If it comes up on the screen, that's what you're going to be looking for. Hello, there we are. Hi. There's Jen. There's Dave. Hello. So we're going to be doing a new giveaway. It'll be out on Friday. Um, that will be what you're looking for on Instagram. That'll be our official entry for the Loki giveaway. And basically, it's going to be another staggered giveaway, just like all the others. We're going to be a little bit more lofty because we're changing a couple things around. What we have learned on the last two giveaways is that magic bands generally aren't going over that well. The average person, we kind of think in terms of magic bands because, well, I wear them like jewelry. So we're going to change it to magic band or $25 gift card when we hit grand prize. So we did it with Anthony. We actually gave him a $25 gift card when he was here so that he could actually use it. We've got his prize pack put together. As soon as he heads home, we will mail his out to him. But basically, it'll still be, the T-shirt, ears or hat, park merch, and then the gift certificate. One of the other things that we're probably going to do somewhere in the mix of it is, I think for the set, like if we hit grand prizes, I think from now on what we're going to do is give away Florida Park Explorers merch. So that this way, I like the idea. Rachel kind of came out with it last week. I thought it was an exceptional idea. And the rate at which we're growing right now, I really want to try and see if I can get some merch out. Plus, I have an entire line of merch that came in wrong. That's why it's not up on the website. Doesn't that just make you feel good? So
and it wasn't our fault, which is even.
Nope. So the merch came in wrong. I feel bad, but at the same time, it's not even close to right. So it's not even something I could try to use. Logos off, everything's wrong. It just is bad. And then we have the other line of merch that I'm waiting on that's coming inbound. And we may start giving away our own stuff too, mixed in with the giveaways as well. But the major changes, the last two giveaways, both for the Marvels and for the Star Wars, we wound up not giving away magic bands. So we're going to sub that out, and it'll be your option. If you want a magic band, we'll get the magic band. If you want, especially if you're somebody who comes to the park a couple times a year and you want that magic band, no problem. If you want to do the gift certificate, we'll do that instead.
Yes, thank you, Rachel.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Rachel. It was a great idea. And I usually like to take credit for all great ideas, but I can't in this case. So, you'll start seeing Loki things coming up. As a matter of fact, I posted in my stories the new giveaways coming. So watch stories. Friday, obviously, you'll see the new Loki come out in my stories on both, or actually on both of our stories and both of our pages, so that you can enter at either one. It is going to have another code. I have moved it, so you have to look for it. You can't just skip through. You got to look for it. I hit it this time because I figured that everybody, once you got the hang of it, you would be like, oh, well, if I just skip ahead, I can find it. Nope. You're going to have to look for it. So you got to watch the video, get your directions, find the code, do what you do. So just fun stuff. Yeah, Rach, DM us. Let us know what you got. Well, I kind of figured you were there listening. But let us know if you've got ideas. We're always open for ideas. We want to bring the things to you guys that you want. We don't want to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. It kind of gets boring. One of the things that we do want to say to everybody is we really appreciate what's gone on in the last couple of days. Yeah, Jedi, it's crazy. When we switch over at 11:30. We're going to start off with what happened in the Hollywood studios yesterday. I have tons and tons of clips and pictures preloaded in the other broadcast studio. So when that one comes up, I've got pictures, I've got all kinds of stuff. Obviously, a lot of people watch the video. I know there's a lot of questions. So, you know, and by the way, everybody's reached out. We really appreciate
we
it.
appreciate it. Those in the chat, not in the chat. I've gotten emails, Instagram messages. We've gotten great comments. But yeah, like we appreciate your
Everybody's
concerns.
reached out.
Bella's fine.
Scared the crap out of
Scared
her,
her, but she went on Rise of the Resistance afterwards. So
we raised tough daughters. So, you know, at the end of the day, it was just a part of it. But, you know, with what's gone on lately, you know, for those of you who were in for the Star Wars, you know, I Am Your Father's Day giveaway, which, by the way, that was Saturday. Today's Wednesday. We were at, let's see, put a QR code. Depending upon how it's utilized, yeah, because it's actually going to be on our business cards as well. We're going to have QR codes that go to websites and things like that. So I'm a big QR code person. But one of the things, I don't know if anybody really, you know, obviously I'm a marketing person, so I pay attention to stats, heavily pay attention to analytics. I live and I'm a computer programmer, so I pay attention to analytics a lot. When we started the show on Saturday, we were at 620 subscribers. We were five away from grand prize. By the end of the show, we had surpassed it, I think, by a couple. I think we were at 627. So we basically had gone up and we had gotten over and we did our grand prize and we did a bunch of giveaways. Matter of fact, we did 5 that night. And it was kind of like, oh, wow, okay, that was kind of epic. Well, it's Wednesday. We're at almost 690. I think we're at 689 at the moment.
689 at the moment.
Which means we've gone up 60, almost 65 subscribers in just a few days. That's tremendous. The stats are through the roof. We want to thank you guys. It's really been kind of humbling how fast the growth has gone, how many views we're starting to get on our videos, how many people are in our chats. It's okay. See you. No worries, studio. We'll be online if you get home and you want to come hang out. We're going to do the late show, 11:30 until like 2 or 3 in the morning. So definitely, I'll be online. So, but we really appreciate it. Yesterday's Hollywood studio video is pushing 1,000 views. That's incredible to me. When I went to Magic Kingdom last week, is almost at 600. We're really starting to see a lot of higher end numbers, and it's because of you guys, and we really appreciate it. Thank you. I mean, that's really, I think, all we can actually say. It means a lot to us that you guys stop stuff in your day and come and hang out with us and kind of chit chat with us. But new giveaways coming out. We've already picked the shirt. It's a Loki shirt, kind of like my Marvel shirt, except it's the Loki. And the hat. If it's a hat, it's ugly. Pick the ears. Ears are way better. They're cool. It's Loki ears. If you haven't seen them, we'll be posting them online. The Loki ears are phenomenal. I've been thinking about wearing them. Thanks to you. Well, you're getting there. There's no doubt. We appreciate it. We're going to keep promoting Rachel, by the way. Rachel's getting close. She's got a new gimbal that's on her way, I think, because we were talking about that yesterday. So we want to make sure that, you know, we all support each other. Rachel's getting there. We all got to get there. But, you know, so the Loki shirt, I would pick the ears. Even I'm contemplating wearing them through the park. I think they're awesome. I think they're super cool. And then the park only merch, I've already picked it out. I haven't even told Jen, but I saw it. I saw it already, so I know exactly what we're going to do. And then again, I haven't seen a Loki magic band. Doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Just haven't seen it. But again,
there is one. It's limited edition. There's only 300. I think Drew had one. I think there's only they only made a limited amount of them.
In that case, if it's a limited edition, I'm not spending $60 on a magic band. It would be a Marvel.
Or the $25 gift card,
Or a
which you can
$25 gift
use on Disney's Shop Disney website, at the Disney parks, and I believe the Disney stores, if there is still one open near you.
And that's one of the other things we're going to do. We're going to put in the video that merchandise can be subbed out just based on availability. No worries. And you know, that's one of the things I would love cinnamon graham crackers right now. You know, one of the things I realized was that we don't buy the shirts until after the contest closes. And it's because if I buy an extra large and you're a medium, what good's that do? Or you could be like in my case where I'm a double X. What would I do with it? So we want to make sure that we're tailoring the giveaways. And so I started to realize that, you know, we needed to put a disclaimer in, especially with the amount of contests that we do, the amount of money that we put out every contest, especially with the 1,000 subscriber coming. That giveaway is coming soon. We're only 300 away, and that video will be out by Friday as well. So I have a feeling on Friday, between Friday and Saturday, you're going to see both giveaways. And quite honestly, we're super close in hours. We're super close in subscribers. So hopefully the Loki giveaway will push us, you know, in the right direction. The 1,000 subscriber pushes us over the top. And at that point, that would be really awesome. But for Loki, does anybody have anything that they noticed, anything that they want to talk about, anything that they saw that you want to bring up? Because we'd love to hear what anyone else saw versus just what we did.
I saw nothing.
I saw nothing, and I will like it.
Nothing. Let's see if this works now. And on that note,
Your computer's like fried.
I'm usually pretty good when you're streaming because I just like the chat on it a lot better. So.
Get a keyboard. Well, we don't have a lot of questions about it. So, I mean, the only things that I would say is, did I miss anything? I went over the Variant Avenger, which is going to be the new, in my opinion, something like that's going to be the movie. Obviously, stay tuned for the live stream after live cast. So we're going to do that. Let's see, what else do we have? Yeah, cool graphics like this. Whoop. Let's see.
Is that like what the Loki shirt's going on for you?
Yeah, the Loki shirt's actually going to have that design
logo.
on it. So when that'll be on the front of the shirt.
Probably black. Yeah, probably a black shirt. That's what I saw it as.
Yeah, I saw that was the black shirt. So one of the other things that we were going to talk about is the merch. So if you wanted to go check us out online, you can go check out our merch store. Those are the items we currently have on there. So we have a bunch of cool stuff going on, which we want to get into, you know, afterwards. This is kind of for the people who aren't watching right now. When they come back on and they watch it later, I just want to make sure that we've covered everything in the review, that everybody's gone over everything that they want to talk about. Because I just don't think there was a lot to unpackage. And I mean, if you want, what we can do is we can close the stream down, start up a new stream, get on the after the show one. Because the reason that we do that, by the way, just so that it doesn't seem stupid to everybody, is I had a lot of people on the first one say, you went for 4 hours. And it just, you could actually see the spike of Loki versus the spike of the people who normally watch the show. So we started dividing it up so that this way we could actually monitor how Loki was doing.
Well, we're going to take a little break. So.
We are?
Yeah, if you're on at 2 in the morning, I would take like a couple minute break.
Oh, I'm going to eat something and come back.
Yeah, there you go.
But if anybody, you know, I think we pretty much have unboxed this tonight. We've got the giveaway so that everybody knows about that. Hey, Rachel. So I think what we're going to do is probably, because we would normally go for 45 minutes and we're only 10 minutes short tonight. And the reason being is because I don't have DC here doing his version as well. If I were going to do a review, I would do it in 30 minutes like I've already done. But not having DC here, I'm not getting his input, so that we're pretty much just rehashing at this point. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up this stream. And then in about 10 minutes, we're probably going to launch the other one. 10, 15 minutes, we'll have the other one open so that we can go into the after the show. I can also show you guys all of the pictures, all of the stuff. Not that you haven't seen the videos, but I would love to kind of go over some of it so that this way you guys can kind of hear it first person as to what happened yesterday, because it was nuts. So for those of you who normally watch and stay with us until late at night, we're gonna click on over there in just a couple of minutes.
We'll see who's having me on his way home.
Yeah, he's on his way home.
So.
So that's one of our normals. But this way, we can kind of break this up a little bit. But here's what we're gonna do. We'll see you guys in about 15 minutes. The other thumbnail's up, so you guys can jump in at any point.
If you guys want to chat amongst yourselves, get ready, go get a snack, go get a drink. If you're gonna sit here, Dave, get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab some coffee. So yeah, we're gonna go from 11:20, 11:30 until like normal. It'll be middle of the night, so be 2 o'clock.
Because I think we have an Epcot thing tomorrow, which we can go to late.
Yeah, we're going to Epcot tomorrow, so we'll get into all that in just a few minutes. But we've gone over Loki, the show. We've gone over Loki giveaway. We've gone over everything. So with that, we're going to wrap up Loki episode number 3 with saying this. We're looking forward to number 4.
And we'll be moving the show to Saturday night.
Saturday night from now on. It'll be Saturday night at 10:30. I haven't asked my co-host that, but I have a feeling it's going to work out for him better that way too. Just knowing DC. So, all right, guys, we'll see you in just a couple minutes, and looking forward to Loki episode number 4. So until then, we'll see you in just a few. Take care.